Hi folks, this is all the fruit. I'm in the beautiful castle park of Weinheim in Germany. Weinheim is a great place if you are looking for exotic fruit. And here, for example, is a lotus plum. But not any lotus plum, this is a very special lotus plum. Well, the lotus plum, it's a little bit difficult to find out where it comes from. Some sources say it comes from the Caucasus and the Caspian Sea. Wikipedia says it comes from West China. Well, let's say somewhere from the inland areas of Asia, more or less, or Eurasia. The funny thing is the lotus plum has been quite a popular plant in Western culture for literally thousands of years. It features quite prominently in the Odyssey, and Pliny the Elder mentions it. Well, the thing is, lotus was used for a lot of different fruit in antiquity and other plants, but Pliny the Elder also describes the very popular black wood of the lotus. It's in the Ebenaceae family. You know this family, those trees the African people make those black statues from. And so we are pretty sure that at least Pliny the Elder was talking about the true lotus. As you can see, it's a very prolific fruit tree with fruits the size of cherries, more or less. But for some reason, it has lost its popularity in Western culture in Europe. I don't know why. Maybe because, well, I don't know, Charlemagne didn't mention it in his Capitulare de Villis from 1200 years ago. So its cultivation was not ordered in the Frankish Empire. And actually, I don't know why it became so unpopular. It's a good fruit. It's the little sister of the kaki. And yeah, well, the kaki is not frost hardy in most of Europe, or at least wasn't before the climate change and before new varieties. The lotus plum is totally frost hardy in most of Europe. So basically, you can have small cherry-sized kakis. It's also amazing that it was never acclimatized and it never escaped in Germany, because all the lotus plum trees I know here in Germany, including this one, they had or had a lot of young seedlings growing underneath them. Actually, this one also had a lot of young seedlings growing underneath it 20 years ago, but now the shrubs here are so dense. Oh, here is one tiny seedling at the edge of the shrubs. Here is another one. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so there are still some seedlings. 4. But there were like 1 meter tall seedlings here in those shrubs. Another interesting thing about those lotus plums is, in autumn they lose complete branches. This is a small one. This is a bigger one. Nobody ripped them off. They just break off in autumn with leaves, fruits and everything. Well, even though it's not so popular as a fruit tree in Germany anymore, it's grown in botanic gardens. There are a couple grown in Heidelberg. In Marburg I've seen a lot grown in the botanic gardens, and here there is one in Weinheim. So what's special about this one in Weinheim? Well, the ones in Heidelberg and Marburg will get edible fruits basically around Christmas. After harsh frost and after the basically ripish fruits hanging on the tree for many months. Yeah, in January I've had tasty ones, but then they already look completely rotten and moldy, so yeah, you need some determination to even try them. They taste good, but they look rotten and moldy. Well, when they still look nice and fresh, they are too astringent. And here comes the Weinheim tree. It must be a different cultivar or maybe some chance seedling, but now we had the first days of November, and the fruit, at least a couple fruits, are already nice and ripe. 90% are still completely hard. A couple are kind of softish, but softish jelly-like, but still quite astringent. For example, here, oh God, how can I reach them now? This one fell. But here and there, already a couple brownish ones. With great taste. They taste similar to kaki, but the flavor is a bit different, yeah. Those brown soft ones, they have no trace of astringency. They are quite small this year. The trees had a lot of stress the last couple years, but here you can see a couple bigger fruit. In normal years, more fruit will be of this size, basically the size of a good cherry. Yeah, as I said, I don't know if this is a special cultivar or just some seedling or clone which happens to be tasty. Normally in November they should be completely ripe and edible, even in October, but this year everything was a little bit late. But still you can find some nice and tasty ones like those here. Yeah, well, they have some mold on their skin, so everybody should decide whether they want to eat them or not. But the insides are really tasty. As I said, similar to a kaki, with a slightly different flavor. In autumn, especially, I think in a week or two, there will be a lot of branches falling to the ground. So you can basically collect whole branches and bring them home for ripening. Don't break off any branches from the tree. Here there are actually a number of branches hanging inside the shrubs. Look at those. I did not see those before. Why do I see everything only when I already start filming? Look at that, a whole pile of branches, and the fruit have been ripening on those branches. Actually even a couple ones which still look nice and orange, but are not too astringent. But the good edible ones are the brown looking ones, unfortunately with some mold on them. So folks, this is the best lotus plum I know. Please tell me whether in your city or in your country there are lotus plums, whether they are used as ornamentals or are being eaten, whether they are tasty or astringent. Tell me all your info about the lotus plum. This is one of the fruits I think which should be more common in Europe, especially in colder areas where kakis don't grow. So folks, yep, this was the tasty lotus plum. Stay tuned for a lot more fruit videos from the beautiful parks and gardens of Germany. And don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe.